Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Ferguson. Today we're going to be talking about All Stars 11, Episode 10. The Queens had to perform in the Tell Me Something Good Story Hour. The category in the runway was Red Carpet Realness. I want to tell you guys about Upstate Pride. I went and did Upstate Pride last Saturday. I arrived there right before the event started, and I left around 1 o'clock. I would have stayed out there longer. It was just way too hot out there. It was about 95 to 100 degrees outside. And I couldn't stand the heat. Though I did pack sunscreen, so I did not burn or anything like that. And it was an absolute blast. It was such an honor getting to see everybody show up and show out. I got to see 5 drag performers perform. I got to see my first ever drag king perform, which he did amazing. He did a male version of I Will Survive that was really good. I got to see the MX drag performer that won the Upstate Pride MX performer award last year perform, and they did really well. The theme of this Pride Month has kind of been "Show Me Love" by Robin S. It's just been like, get down, bad girl. It's just been like everywhere. I heard it at the drag show that I went to on Father's Day, and then also at the Pride event last week, and it was really, really iconic to see both headliners perform. I got to see Maya, Queen of Flips, and then also Kenya Pleaser perform, which was so cool. The only issue that I had was that I personally did not bring any tip money, and I really wish that I had. I was told by somebody that they were going to just be up on stage and they weren't taking tips, and that was a complete lie. So I wish that I had brought that. I was like this close to both of them. I also didn't buy meet and greet tickets because I wasn't there for their meet and greet, as well as like knowing I had only brought like $50 to pay for parking and get food and stuff like that. So I didn't really budget it in. And I only spent $19 at Pride this year, which was kind of cool. 11 of which were on drinks, and then 8 to get out of the parking garage. But I still had a really, really fun time. I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm so excited to get to do it next year. So let's talk about this episode, shall we? Because I got a lot to say. So it is the semifinals, and I was right, Joey J is the wild card. And I have to say, like, this group of queens is great, but there are way too many from the purple bracket. There just are. I love Joey J. I'm so glad that she gets a second chance. But, like, Diva, there are 4 of you. I would have loved to see, like, Vivacious or Morgan make it into the thing. I know that Vivacious wasn't up for it. It was Selena is titties, but, like, I love Selena, by the way. I love Selena. The only reason that I did not want her to make it to the semifinals is because I feel like that makes her, like, her crash out more justified, than if she had that big crash out, like, threw a fit about it and then got to come back. Which if she had, that would have been fine as well. But I am glad that they chose who they chose. I would have also accepted Morgan McMichaels as well. I think that you guys did her dirty after her bracket, though she doesn't seem to be too bothered by it. There was a clip going around of Morgan reacting to Sam and Jasmine both making the merge after their tie, and she did not seem to be too bothered about it. So that's a good thing. This episode, I feel the exact same way that a lot of you guys felt when Ginger won that first challenge in All Stars 10, when there were clearly better people to win it. And while I don't disagree with Ginger winning that challenge, mostly because of the lip sync. To be perfectly honest, Ginger was the only person in that bracket that I actually think that I would have actually wanted to see do Defying Gravity. So I'm glad that she got to lip sync to that. But like, I do agree that Denali and Acid Betty and Cynthia and Acid did a better job in hindsight with their outfits. Um, but what I will say is, we'll get into it. Let's talk about the relationships in the workroom. So before before this season either started or a year ago, there were a couple of tweets going around from Akira C. Davenport and Silky Nutmeg Ganache, where they were having a public argument on Twitter about stolen TV, and then Akira went in about Silky's talent, and it was just a mess. And we get kind of the culmination of that now. And I have not seen too much about this now coming out later. I don't know if Silky and Akira talk. I don't know if they're good. The best thing that we as fans can do is stay out of it. But like, now that they brought it to the surface, I know that a lot of people are not going to. I would definitely wait for Akira or Silky to address it if they do. If they don't, then we'll then leave it alone. But I thought it was going to be a lot more centralized. I thought that there was going to be a lot more arguing than there actually was. They actually didn't speak to one another. And there's just kind of like this tension between them that unless one of them goes home, which we will talk about in a second, well, not in a second, probably at the end of the video when I get to it, unless one of them goes home, they're probably either going to be forced to lip sync against each other, which would be iconic, or they're never going to talk, and we're not going to really get into that storyline, which is the not great thing that I need them to rig it so that way these two lip sync at the end of this, or next week they lip sync. I guess spoiler alert, they're both still in the competition after this week, but I think as fans we kind of know that about them. So, this episode I thought I was not gonna like, but I like the concept of this. It is an extension kind of the what would you say to your younger self, but more expanded upon. And watching all of them kind of address their younger selves, it was so nice to see. I think some of them had, I'm going to do what they did this episode, and I'm going to rate a queen. Starting with number 1. Let's get into it. We got Joey J. Joey was the funniest queen up there. I really, really enjoyed her performance. I enjoyed her when she walked out and then she hit the laugh track buttons and had that little thing over there where she could do random sound effects. That's what really sold her story. That, and also just the raw charisma that Joey possesses now, where I think that she really didn't go in with the gay that much on season 13. She's gone full throttle homosexual, and I think that was the right decision to make her stand out. As a category on the runway is red carpet rooms, this look is not necessarily my favorite. I do enjoy it. I do like it. This runway, there were no misses on the runway. But in comparison to everything else on the runway, it is not necessarily my favorite. I like the hair, I do like the dress, but again, in comparison, yeah, she should have won this challenge hands down. The fact that she didn't, spoiler alert, she didn't, pisses me off. Because she was the wild card. that would have been the best storyline to give her. Is you thought all these hoes that actually made it are going to win the first challenge is actually going to be Joey. I would have loved to see what our eventual winner would have rated them. But yeah, she did really, really well. The makeup is flawless. I love Joey J. I really do. She's really been turning it this season. And I think the last time that we really saw an early out really do well on All Stars, probably either Lala Ree or maybe Raja from All Stars 6, where or Kylie as well, where they were early outs and then they came back and they kind of tore up the competition a bit. I want her to succeed in this season. I think that she's going to, with only 2 episodes before the finale. Unless Joey bombs next week, she should be fine. Obviously, she got really glowing critiques. She was the funniest, so it is an absolute cream. This outfit is gonna be a cream. Though in comparison to everything else, I would say it would be a crunch, but it's a cream. She looks fabulous. Next up, this is where the Raider Queen like mindset kicks in, and I don't. Ooh. Let's talk about Jasmine Kennedy. So, not that Jasmine was funny, she, but what I liked about hers was that hers was sincere, and hers was also just good. It was good. I liked it. I liked the way that she told the story. It could have had more jokes, but like there was a joke that was cut, and Jasmine said it. 1 second. She says, "Hey Kyle, pay attention. I come to you not only from the future, but as a different gender. I know, science is crazy." That would have been hilarious. And the fact that they didn't keep that in meant that they were trying to nerf Jasmine. Um, yeah, she did great. She really, I enjoyed her story. I enjoyed the way that she performed it. It was a little bit melodramatic, but like that's what Jasmine is. She's melodramatic. She's we know her for the tears and for all of that. She tells the story about how she first came out. Joey's was about having her first experience like out in the clubs and having somebody that she knew that was a drag queen that she didn't know that she had a connection with, being her drag fairy godmother. Jasmine's was about coming out not for the second time as trans, but for the first time as gay, and about how she was a male cheerleader. And while again, I have no problem with any of the stories that were told because those were their personal accounts, and who am I to say that all of that. The way Jasmine told it was really really funny. It was sincere. It was good. This runway is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. It's a cream. She did really well. I like the white. The only thing that I would change would be the hair. I kind of want. I don't know. I kind of want something a little bit bigger on top too, to maybe balance out like the shoulders and stuff. Maybe because her head. Oh god, this is gonna sound mean. It is kind of giving like Pez dispenser a little bit. I don't know, like from here up. But again, she looks flawless. I enjoy it. It's a cream. Next up is Sham Star. So this outfit, first and foremost, is gorgeous. She reminds me of Ivana Trump a little bit in this outfit. Like she has like the big coiffed hair, the outfit is right. And I know Ivana Trump is not she's dead now, but like I know that that's not a great reference. I'm just saying that that's who she reminds me of. Um, I love the fact that everything is one color. Everything is gold. She's cunty C3PO. She looks like $1,000,000. Her story was good. I enjoyed the fact that she's like she did the three strike metaphor with the sports, and me too. I played t-ball as a kid and sucked. I remember back when I was I have uh, bilateral club feet, so my feet are like not. I have a lot of issues with my feet and with my knees and all of that sort of stuff. And I remember when we would play t-ball, one time there was this coach that was on the other team, obviously, and my mom and my dad heard him say, "Oh, don't worry, these two are easy outs." And my mom had a problem with that, and went to go confront him about it. And I don't really know the extent of what was said, but we really didn't play t-ball after that, because of just. Also, I knew the rules of t-ball. My brother liked the game, but I knew the rules, and I would have to remind my brother how t-ball was meant to be played. Because my brother is smart now. He has a really really high paying job, better than I do. But he liked to hit ball. That was the goal of his t-ball thing. And me, I didn't like hit ball. I didn't like run. I liked sitting in the dugout and knowing the rules. So, you know, I think that if I did this challenge, my story would either be that or also the first time I did musical theater, 101 Dalmatians, the junior version camp. Um, but yeah, Sam, fabulous. Her story was good. She put her little Alabama charm on it. It's a cream, and this runway is also a cream. Next up is Crystal Method. And I like this outfit. She said that her ass looked good in these pants, and I will be completely honest. You gotta show me the ass if you're gonna talk about that, because like it's kind of cut off. I like it. I like that. But if you're gonna say that, like at least lift up the shirt so we can see it. It is her aesthetic. It is kooky. It is crazy. It reminds me of something like Catherine O'Hara would have worn, but in all black. Um, I love the polka dots. I love how wrong it is. She looks like $1,000,000, and it does scream red carpet to me. It screams something that like Billy Porter could walk out in, or like I don't know. Who else dresses really like odd for the Heidi Klum? Well, actually no, not Heidi Klum. But like, yeah, this is really really good. I love the mismatch of everything. Let's talk about her story. So I had fun with her story. So this is fourth position. She won, and that's what I have a problem with. Not with Crystal, with production. Her story was fine. It was safe. I laughed a little bit at it. I loved the outfit that she had on. It was giving me very, I am the very model of a modern major general of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. Or, no, not that one. The HMS Pinafore. It reminded me of that. Still Gilbert and Sullivan. I always think back to the Simpsons episode when Sideshow Bob sings the entirety of the Gilbert and Sullivan songbook. Um, and it was about her being left on the bus as a kid, and also being gay. Obviously, she had a crush on one of her classmates, um, and it was a good story, but it was fine. I so the problem is that I skipped the judges' critiques, and when I hit play again, Crystal had already won. And so I had to kind of rewind a little bit, but then like it was kind of spoiled to me that Crystal had already won, and I was like, well, god damn it, okay, whatever. And I guess if I had watched the judges' critiques, I would have understood more why she won, but like at the same time, no, she didn't. She did fine. I could have even put her in the top if her and Sam were like right. Her Sam and Jasmine kind of were all in the high middle for me. But like, why give her the win? Well, we kind of know why, because that's their winner pick, and that's fine. But like, she didn't really deserve the win. I love her, and like, yeah, she was in the top for me, but like, but Joey, y'all need to stop edging Joey and just let her do her thing, please, God. Because unless they're gonna do that, and then she's gonna finish in the finale to make that other joke work. I gotta say that, even though it's disgusting. Um, she's gonna finish in the finale, and she's gonna finish big. So they're either setting her up for "I'm always a bridesmaid, never a bride." Oh Lord, here I am in like the finale, or they're gonna be like, "You did fine, but you're gone next week." I love Crystal, but like, she better not win next episode, because if she wins next episode, she has not played the game that the other queens are playing. Like, Raider Queen, like, having Raider Queen here is stupid. Just do the regular. Don't do Raider Queen at all. Just have them go up against each other in the finale. Just don't do Raider Queen anymore. Raider Queen sucks. Fucking hate it. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. I like kind of what they did with the winner of the challenge. Not. I really wish that Crystal had participated, though. I did. I do. I really want Crystal to rate the queens as well. Um. So everything is still a cream. She did fine, but like, I disagree with her winning. Next up, in fifth position, this is where it starts to get dicey, because while I do feel that the bottom two of this episode were correct, I don't really know how to rank these last three or last two. Let's talk Silky. So Silky's look is fabulous, though what I will say is that I've seen her in stuff that is way more glamorous and way more like red carpet. Like, the thing that she did for the first episode of Canada versus the World, like, that was the most gorgeous Silky has ever looked in her entire life, and I love that about her. This look is gorgeous, and I love her personality. Her personality, hold on. Her personality is really, really infectious. She had one of my favorite moments, but we'll get to that actually last. But I really, really enjoyed Silky this episode when she was on stage. Off stage, a totally different vibe. I love the fact also that she had the Tina Burner wig on. That was funny. But her story was about her being in the church and being like flamboyant in the church. And honestly, I mean, it was great. She just has it. She has that charisma. She has that it factor that makes it work. This runway outfit is a cream. Again, it is not the most glamorous that I've ever seen Silky. I love the hair. I love the dress. It just looks good. It is definitely a cream, and her story is also a cream. She did it very well. Let's move on to Dawn, shall we? So I think the problem with Dawn's set is that I liked it. I liked the story that she was telling. But I just don't think that it was funny enough to warrant a win this week. She again did. Everybody did. Well, no, not everybody did very well, but she did very well with kind of like telling the story. But again, it just wasn't that funny. She looked gorgeous while telling it. I loved that outfit that she had on. I loved like the sounds that were playing, the little seaside sounds. It was like the vibes were right, and especially for the first person to walk out on that stage. She did it. She looked good. In like the vibe was correct. Remember last week when I was talking about Suga opening the RuPaul show sketch and how it really didn't help that much in establishing what they were meant to do? This established what they were meant to do very well. Though again, a couple more punchlines would have been thrown in there. She was clearly in the bottom 3 this week just based off of vibes, but like I wouldn't have put her in the bottom 2. She did great. Um, this runway outfit is gorgeous. It is a play on her look that she did on a red carpet, her first red carpet that she ever premiered with. I love the color of this. I love like the purse. I love the elf ears. I love like okay. I'm rewatching season 16 now, and I am about to go to the Corporate Queens episode. And I forgot how like good Dawn was on that season, like how good her runways were. That True Colors look, I wish she did more of that. Like I love Cunty Dawn, I love this look, but I kind of wish that we got to see a little tiny bit more of that unfinished like Creature from the Black Dragoon style thing because like the vibe that I get from Dawn is yes, I'm still crafty, but also I'm not as crafty as you remember, and like I'm gonna be more of a cunty woman, and I kind of want to see her get back into elf drag, and this was a good start. I hope that next week she pulls out something that is more, more of a throwback to her kooky, crazy aesthetic. But I don't know. I think that we've gotten bits and pieces of it, like with the big head brothel thing that she had for the design challenge. Her rat runway was also really good. But again, I just want more. I just want more of the kooky, crazy aesthetic that Dawn can give. But this runway outfit is gorgeous because it didn't ask for her to be kooky and crazy. It asked for like red carpet realness, but I enjoyed it. It was a cream, and she's getting a cream for the challenge too, despite she was bottom 3. She did well for me. In the bottom 2, in the 7th position, we got A'keria C. Davenport. This runway, her and Kennedy's runways both were absolutely fucking gorgeous. I loved A'keria's runway here. Like she tore this up. She ate it down. I love it. This runway was great, and I wish I could say the same about her challenge. Her challenge was fine, but she couldn't find the right footing with it, and like again, jokes weren't there. I think that and it was just awkward, and I love her. I want her to do well. I really, really love A'keria. And I don't know what went wrong, but like her story. So Dawn's story was about getting high at the beach with her friends and calling the cops because when you get high, everything elevates. Your heart rate elevates. Your paranoia elevates. You feel like you might die sometimes, and it does not feel good. Yes, there's a high there, but like you're not really. I think it does more harm than good sometimes, though. You know. I've been sober from alcohol for 3 years. That doesn't mean that I don't partake in other things, but I only do it on occasion. Looking at the again, A'keria's was about her losing all these pageants, and then her friend recommended that she get injectable in her butt, and then she still lost the pageant. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know that they were just gonna do that. Go, hey, BTW, instead of going to the doctor, I'm gonna just do this here. That's very dangerous, and I definitely wouldn't recommend that. But, um, I mean, that was the story that she told. It wasn't funny. It's gonna be a crunch, but I mean, I love Akira. I love this. This outfit is a cream. She did so well. Let's talk about the unfortunate number eighth position, and it's Kennedy Davenport. Because baby, this outfit, Kennedy Davenport, like I almost cried when this came out. This look is so pretty. I love it so much. And like every single runway, she except for maybe the athletic supporter design challenge, she's hit the runway on the head. Um, but the challenge, girl, what happened? What happened? You are so charismatic. How did that not translate? And look, it's definitely it. I mean, it's definitely her fault that she bombed. She bombed. She bombed. But like, there was something there. There was. It just wasn't. It either didn't hearken itself to this format or just wasn't the best thing for her to present to the judges. I would have loved to see more of her story about competing in pageants or even losing All Stars 3. You know, how she felt in that moment. There was a lot more there that could have been done. But instead, she chose to talk about her getting in trouble at school and her mom coming down there. And so I never had that experience because my mom was already at the school, because my mom taught at the school that I went to. And then if it wasn't my mom, I had 1 year of freedom from my parents from school. And then we got transferred over to my dad's school where he worked. And so if it wasn't my mom, it was my dad. Um, I also got spankings as a child. I remember in third grade. And look, I'm looking back on this now. I did not. Obviously, I wasn't abused as a kid or anything like that. I absolutely deserved this. My dad paddled me one time because I had lied about something, and yeah, bitch, I deserved it. That was awful. Um, and he's I don't know if he got rid of that. He went through a lot of his old stuff from when he used to work, um, and got rid of a bunch of it that he didn't need. I remember his office so well too, with like he's a massive Steelers fan, so it was all this Steelers memorabilia. Love you, Dad. Uh, but yeah, I definitely deserved that. um, so yeah, I could relate to Kennedy. The best thing that happened during her set was Silky Nutmeg Ganache lifting up that sign that said "Help me" in her confessional. Like that was the funniest thing that happened. I love that Kennedy was also like, "Let me show you like my mama's character," and she walked out in a very that could be Kennedy's mama. We know what Kennedy, you know. Yeah, that definitely Kennedy mama. I love Kennedy Davenport. She was my winner pick for this season. Going into it, before I realized that it was probably going to be rigged for Crystal. And what happens after this, we gotta talk about. So again, Crystal wins. I disagree. Should have been Joey. Love Crystal down. Love Crystal down. Don't send any hate to Crystal Method because it wasn't her decision. It was RuPaul's. But watching Ru laugh at Joey's and then kind of giggle at Crystal's, where's the connection? Where's the how did she win? And they all ranked each other and rated Queen, and Akira and Kennedy are bottom two, which I fully agree with. Both of them didn't really do that well in the challenge, and I mean everybody had a sickening runway. So if runway was a tiebreaker, too bad, so sad. Both of them have to lip sync to "Nobody's Supposed to Be Here" by Deborah Cox. Now, I've actually seen Deborah Cox perform live during the Wiz, when she was doing the touring production of The Wiz. She played Glinda. She was fabulous in it. And Also, this song has been performed 3 other times. I thought it had only been performed 2 times, but I forgot about Drag Race Germany, as did the public, except for with Tessa Testicle and the count and no, not the Countess. She's Holland. The Emily Naomi. Sorry, from UK versus the World season 3. But I forgot that Drag Race Germany also did it. But having this song redone and having it being done by Akira C. Davenport and Kennedy Davenport, when I tell you this was the best lip sync of the season, it just what like my God, Kennedy and Akira left no crumbs on that stage, and I almost feel like with this format, what I would have loved to see happen, because it's gonna be a top 6 anyway, is why don't you save them both and then have the gag be next week that there's a bottom 3. And then that bottom 3 has to lip sync on the main stage, and one of them stays and the other 2 sashay away, so that way we get it down to a top 6. Because I don't think anybody was ready to see either one of these queens leave. And yeah, I know that's how the game is played, and it's cutthroat, and like people get their dreams crushed. But like with a lip sync that was as good as this, we saw last season Hot to Go, which was one of the worst lip syncs that they did on that season, get a double save. And you're telling me you can't pull that out of your ass right now and say, hey, here's this. Because next week's the talent show. Kennedy Davenport could have easily done something for the talent show and been in the top. Like, we could have seen everybody perform in the talent show, have the Raider Queen talent show, and have the bottom 3 lip sync, and then 2 of them go home. And it probably would have been fine. But I think what they're trying to do is they realized that they put way too many eggs in the purple basket, in a purple basket, and they're trying to mix 2 of them to even out the playing field. So I don't think that Akira, Dawn, Silky, or Crystal has anything to worry about. But Sam, Joey, and Jasmine do. And spoiler alert, obviously, I think I spoiled it previously, Kennedy Davenport goes home. And I am heartbroken. Like, I really truly am, because I love her so much. I have so much respect for her art form and her craft. And, like, out of every single person on that thing, you could not have told me that Kennedy Davenport was the first one to leave the merge. You couldn't. I mean, like, it's Kennedy Davenport. She has done so well in every single aspect of this competition except for design that, like, how did this happen? And the worst part is that I can't be mad at anybody but Kennedy, because yeah, she didn't do that well in the challenge and she went home. But, like, Kennedy, I love you so much. Thank you for doing this season. Thank you for being a part of this, because you proved in 3 episodes why you deserved to be here, why you deserved to be an all-star. And I love you so much. Thank you. I doubt that we will ever see Kennedy Davenport again on Drag Race, and if we do, here's my theory. Last season, the crown was Ginger Minge's, and when she got crowned, the fan reaction was awful. It was awful, and it was production's fault, but it was awful. And not only that, but Ginger Minge came out of the woodwork and started lying about things, started saying things that were not true, and it really, really soured the season previously. And I think that they were so scared of that happening again that Akira, Silky, and Kennedy will not win this season. Because of the backlash. Because, they've already done this 2 or 3 times. Y'all didn't have a problem with Raja O'Hara winning after her 3rd time. And Jujubee's come back 4 or 5 times. Alexis Mateo was back for her 5th time around. And now I have no problem with that, especially since it's a Latina Royale style thing, and I think that the only Latina queen that's really, really Puerto Rican queen, really, that has really made it big off of Drag Race is Alexis Mateo. Like, if there was ever a season for her to compete in and show her nationality, it would definitely be this one. I think that has been one thing that they have not really showcased on Drag Race, is her Puerto Rican heritage. That well. They just want her to be herself. But like, Kennedy, I just love you. Thank you again. Next week is the talent show, and I see no. I don't have an issue with Crystal winning, but I don't really see like the light at the end of the tunnel with this season, where it's not going to be rigged for Crystal to win. Just like with Ginger last year, I am feeling like, I will say this: when the cast was like first speculated and announced, I realized that even though I love Kennedy Davenport, I really had no like connection to this season. And it's been one of the best All Stars of recent years. I think that out of All Stars 8, 9, and 10, and 11, this is the best. All Stars 11 has been a really, really like iconic season. But like, man, make it less obvious. Come on, man. Like, y'all, make it less obvious that Crystal's gonna win. After a mid-tier performance, you're gonna give her a win here, and does she necessarily like make it less obvious? I love everybody. I'm just mad at production. What did you guys think? Please comment down below. I say that every single time, and then nobody does, but it's fine. Like, tell me your opinions. I want to know. I want to know what other people think about this. If you were as gooped and gagged as I was. I've been Jacob Ferguson. I will see you guys next week. Bye.